the ColorLogic system works accurately because we have characterized all of our colors and our decorative effects based on what the printing press can do. So we've basically studied all major press manufacturers, whether that's printing with white ink or silver ink or toner, and we then built a system around it. So all of our algorithms in our plugins, all the color formulations in our swatch books are based around what the press can achieve. So from there, we now know what is achievable with the machine. We can now use those tools to do color separation. So that could be in Illustrator, like we're in now, to show you. We could be packaging labels, etc., using our dedicated metallic palettes. Could be in InDesign as well, but today we're going to demonstrate how to do the image separation that we did for Printing United on your files. So as a quick demonstration to compare against how white ink is usually done versus what we do with ColorLogic, on the left hand side we have the traditional old-fashioned white ink mask. Now that basically means you have to create a separation where you want to see the white. Now you can't see white on a computer screen if you make it white. So for anybody that's not familiar with this, if I make it white and then I switch on my file, you cannot see your white separation because white set to overprint or multiply goes transparent. Therefore, we're all taught that basically we should create a spot color called white and we should make it like blue, for example. That's the most commonly used one. So now we see the white, but it's blue. So all your whites are blue, all your images contaminated by blue colors, you can't really see the intent of the design correctly. Now what normally happens is people basically put metallic in everything else. So in this background area, for example, you would have the silver substrate and that's it. So you'd have silver substrate and white. And it's quite a crude way of working. You get these kind of like hard edges. There's no photorealism, there's no shading, and quite honestly, it looks quite terrible. Now with ColorLogic, on the other hand, this image here, we have the ColorLogic separation. So you can see the image on the right actually looks right. It looks correct. And it looks correct because we're using our plugins. So first of all, we have a plugin from the plugin menu. It's an Adobe UXP based plugin. The image separation algorithms have been developed, like I said, based on what the press can do. So it takes into account things like ISO standard for the CMYK. And then calculates the optimum effect for the pixels in the image based on all these different properties. Yellow is more translucent than a blue. You need less metallic in the yellows than you do into the cyans. There's an anti-screen clash algorithm built in there. There's a whole range of complexity. But what it basically means is all you have to do is create metallic separation. So we've done one here. We've got the separation done. So the silver is the silver substrate. The white is the white ink mask. So unlike comparing it against the old-fashioned method, our separation shows you the silver substrate and the white, whereas the old-fashioned method doesn't show you a silver substrate, doesn't show you white. So what's the more logical thing? Design where you can see the effect correctly, accurately, with color separations that generates photorealistic separations. You've got tonal shading throughout there. It's not 100% white, it's not 100% silver substrate. We create tonal ranges based on our algorithms. So that means that we have these photorealistic separations. Now the next thing we're going to do is show you how we did it on your actual file, so we can show you how the plugin worked and what we did to it. We will then take that file and render it in the FX viewer, which we use to see the metallic effects, and then we can then see what the final printed result was like. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay, so to convert this image, we're going to go to the plugins menu, ColorLogic, Image Effects, press the Create Metallic Separation button. That will generate a metallic separation for us based on each pixel in that image, so it does a calculation. We're going to make a mask. We're going to then select everything we don't want and delete it to white. So anything that's white will be the white ink, anything that's silver is the silver substrate. So when we're looking at our design, we see it in the true color. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to actually flatten our images down. We're going to do a little bit of color retouching to compensate for the grayness of that substrate. So I've converted the image into CMYK. I'm going over to the ColorLogic separation. I'm going to make a selection of the ColorLogic pixels, and then just let me hide those pixels so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to do a brightness and contrast mask. And if you look at the properties box up here, I'm going to change the brightness to about 30. And that's just going to lighten that image in that area, but only through the ColorLogic pixels. And that will make sure that we're compensating for the grayness of the silver substrate. Now we could also go and do another one. So let's go in here. Let's make a selection of the ColorLogic layer. We're going to do a new color correction this time for hue and saturation. And this time, I'm going to push it up maybe, I don't know, 20 pixels. So it's just enough to be able to like compensate for any slight reduction in color that's overpowered by the substrate and also the grayness of the substrate. So these are non-destructive layers, so I can go back to my file and it's not going to be damaging it at all. And I can then save that file and go out to print. And that's it. That's all you have to do to be able to work up the design. Now, what you can also do, you can also use the boost button. So if you want to hit up more metallic in there, you can press the boost button and it will boost up the color logic separation 25% at a time. And let me just show you now by hitting it quite a few times. You'll see what's going to happen here. It basically will keep going on 25% on top of each other over and over and over again. So we can push more metallic into it. We have full control over it. It's an extremely simple system to use. When you've got that, send it out to your page layout program. Sorry, send it out to a page layout program like Illustrator, and then add on any graphics that you want to do, save a PDF file and visualize that in the FX viewer. And we're going to do that now.